Hello everyone. Happy Sunday. I did a thing. I bought something I normally would not buy. But this product from the Big L, I don't understand that voodoo wizardry up there, but I'm a conventional runner. But this thing had a couple of things going for it. You guys who watch any of my videos obviously know how much that means to me, but this is a model you don't find too much in O-Gauge. Two manufacturers have done it, Lionel and Third Rail. This is the TMCC version, so that's why I got a extremely smoking deal on it. And wait till you see the shape this thing is in. But anyway, as most of you know, I am a Southern Pacific fan. Let me see if I can move this behemoth of a box and we will take a look at what I found. It's a big box, man. Southern Pacific AC9. This is a locomotive I've always wanted. Anything outside of a Southern Pacific GS2, GS4, GS6, or a cab forward, we don't get a lot of options, us Southern Pacific guys. And I'm going to tell you right now, this thing's friggin' amazing. I've never owned anything like this. I didn't realize... I knew this is kind of the golden era for Lionel on their steam engines, this Korean-built stuff, but I wasn't expecting this when I pulled this out of the box. Once again, I feel this thing was brand new. I was amazed. Absolutely amazed. And it works. It works. I have never owned anything with, well, I have TMCC engines, but not many. And none of them are like this. But this thing is just awesome. The first thing my wife noticed down there, she said, look how cool that bill is. See it down there in the corner? But I love air hoses on this. It does have the dummy coupler. I will never put that on it because that just looks stupid. I dig these lighted number boards up here. Detail on it's actually pretty darn good. I was really amazed, especially for a Lionel. But I understand some of the legacy stuff will just smoke this thing. But for me, this is probably the fanciest one I own now. I'm not used to this fancy stuff. But this thing is just awesome. Just awesome. I've never owned anything with that wireless tether or whatever you call that. That's really a good idea. There's three guys in there. You got a fireman, engineer, and what I'm assuming is a brakeman standing back there. And I just love, when it comes to the articulateds, AC9 takes the cake for me. I know a lot of people like big boys and stuff like that, and that's fine. I mean, that's an amazing locomotive. But the two I always wanted were a DM and IR Yellowstone or one of these. This basically is a Yellowstone, but this is the only articulated engine that was semi-streamlined. This has what's called the Skyline casing. This is the same thing that would have been on a Southern Pacific GS series locomotive. Or a Southern Pacific MT class locomotive, MT2 and up. Which, by the way, if any of these O-Gauge manufacturers other than Third Rail is watching this video, or if they watch any of you other guys that like Southern Pacific and actually make good videos, will someone please make an MT class Southern Pacific Mountain? That is one of the coolest engines ever, and nobody other than Third Rail has done it in O gauge. If any of you guys have never seen that, either look up a real one or look up the HO scale Athearn Genesis MT4, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's got this same Skyline casing and everything, and it's just an awesome looking locomotive, and I think we need one in O gauge. So some of the other details I noticed on this guy. I can't really get in that cab, it's kind of hard, but we can kind of, the roof hatches up here open. Oof. So you got a light in there, and all that red stuff is all the different dials and valves, and all the gauges are painted on this. This is really cool. There's the good shot of the fireman there, I guess. Let me open that other hatch, see if we can get some more. It's just kind of hard to see all the gauges and everything, but I was actually amazed by that. So I am a Southern Pacific geek, so I can kind of tell you a little bit about this guy. So these AC9s, these were built by Lima. Southern Pacific really enjoyed Lima. Those, the GS series were all Limas. A good portion of those MTs that I mentioned were Limas. They must have just had good luck with them. So there were 12 of these built. I don't know I think these were rated at 6,000 horsepower. I'm not going to go into tractive effort and all that because that's even boring to me. But they were quite strong. Heaviest locomotive Southern Pacific ran. These were heavier than the AC class of cab forwards. So. And the reason they're heavy is because of the crap coal system, or the crappy coal the Rio Grande division of the Southern Pacific had. And the Rio Grande division is where these ran. That is basically from Tucumcari, New Mexico, which is just a little bit east of Albuquerque. And that would run south into El Paso, Texas, which is right on the border of Mexico. And then from there, it would head west to Tucson, Arizona. All along good old Interstate 10 down there. So pretty neat, pretty neat. Toward the end of the career, 11 of them were converted to oil tenders, and they ended up on Southern Pacific's Modoc line, which ran Sparks, Nevada, which is Reno, basically, up into Alturas, California. So kind of in the Lake Tahoe area, if any of you guys know California at all. And it was common, if you guys are into rail fanning videos or anything, check out Charles Smiley Presents or Hunter Losi. And you can see old videos of these guys double-headed with cab forwards on that Modoc line, and that's pretty damn cool in my opinion. But yeah, this is just, I'm kind of speechless for it. I mean, this is, like I said, this is a locomotive I've wanted most of my adult life. Most of my childhood, too. I'd seen them in two-rail. I've seen brass HO versions. Never seen a plastic or even like a Broadway Limited style. You know, brass hybrid, whatever they call their little things there. But, yeah, to find, to have one of these, to me, this is pretty major. Pretty major. Just look at your builder's plate and leasing plates and detail on that. We got the same thing back here on the tender. And this thing actually has a good sound system. When I do a running session with it, which I'll try to do it tonight. Once again, it's over 100 degrees here in Colorado. And I know it's a dry heat, but you gotta remember, I'm closer to the sun than most of you guys, so it feels pretty hot out here. But I'll turn the smoke on for the running session, basically. But, oh, Frank, Twisted MacGyver, here's your whistle. Pretty damn cool. So apparently this thing has like two Fat Boy speakers, whatever the heck that means. But The sound on it is actually awesome. I've never owned anything that sounded like this. I mean, you guys know for the most part, I don't even buy stuff with sound. I do try to buy, I know my Williams are a little bit different there, but I am changing that. But I do try to get steam engines with sound. It just really makes the models come to life. I really like this semi-all-weather cab too. That's pretty neat. I don't know why I would have an all-weather cab unless I had AC. This thing always ran in extremely hot parts of the country. Doors don't open, but it does have glass in there. That's kind of cool. But yeah, not much to say. I am just extremely stoked. I think this is like a dream come true to me. And what I paid for this, I asked someone who's a lot more prominent in this hobby than I am, and he agreed. I got a pretty darn good deal. Pretty darn good deal. But I mean, this is just too cool. I know it's not legacy or anything like that, but to me, this is just awesome. This is like finding a scale big boy to me. It really is. It really is. So let's I can put it up here, and I'm just using a little CW80 here. This is just the test track, obviously. But oh, if you want to hear the bell, it's not super loud, but it's pretty cool. But listen to this. And I don't put batteries in these, so I guess one of these days I'm going to have to look at TMCC, I guess, or some kind of control system. But for now, I'm just happy. But yeah, this is cool. This is cool. Yeah. This could be the start of something very bad for me. Very bad. Too cool. I never thought I'd own something like this. Seriously. But man, what a cool model. What a cool model. Even like those little lighted number boards on the side of the headlight, and then all the air pump detail up there on the boiler front. And I really dig those number boards on these, all the Southern Pacific stuff. I just love Southern Pacific steam engines. They're just so unique. They really were. They really were. They really put their own spin on things, a lot like Pennsylvania and New York Central did to their steam locomotives. They modified them quite a bit, and built their own. But yeah, too cool. Too cool. And I like how the pilot wheels actually have a truck on them. You know, they're not just open. That's pretty cool. A cab forward's the same way, just reversed, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, this will be much more interesting when I get it going in a run session, but I'm just super stoked. Super stoked. The big L came through. I'm proud and amazed. But yeah, a lot of these, there were a number in the early, and I think this came out in 2004. I don't know if I said that yet or not. But around that time, Lionel was really making a decent product. I mean, the EM ones, other than that little drive gear could strip in them, that's Korean built. The original F-19 Pacifics, which are about to come out now for whatever, that latest release from last year's catalog from Lionel or whatever, those first runs were actually Korean built as well. But yeah, this is just too cool. Too cool. I don't know why you need a quilling whistle button. I'm doing that from the whistle button on a CW80. So, anywho, that's all for now. Like I said, next day or so I'll get a running session on this because this just deserves it. So, I also got to make sure it'll go. I have 072, but I got to make sure I got enough room up there in the attic. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.